Hey friends, my name is Jimmy, and let's start with a question. What's one way you've pretended to be someone you're not? Take a moment to actually write down your response. Maybe in your booklet that you got for this series. If you've got one, you can use that. We provided this for you. Or you could use your personal journal if you have one, or in the chat if you're watching this in an online group. Let me repeat the question. What's one way you've pretended to be someone you're not? Or to phrase it in another way, when have your actions not matched up with who you want to be? Okay, you want to hear one of my answers to that question? Okay, when I was in high school, I had a crush on this girl, and one time I overheard her say that she really liked when guys shaved their armpits. So you know what I did? I shaved my armpits. And the next time we were together at our friend's pool, I was like really intentional to make sure I had my hands in the air when she was looking my way. And I don't think she noticed, and even if she did, she didn't like me anyways, so. And plus, I'm not the guy with the shaved armpits. That's not my vibe. I was pretending to be someone other than myself. You want to hear another story from high school? There was this guy I went to school with, and he was on the autism spectrum, and that made him just a little different from other kids in school. Some of the guys thought it was funny to bully him. And I was one of those guys. It was really inconsistent with who I wanted to be, but yet I found myself behaving like a jerk toward this guy in order to laugh with the other guys. I was doing something that I knew I didn't want to be doing. I don't know what you wrote down as an answer to that question, but my guess is that we could all share a bunch of stories about when our actions don't match up with who we actually want to be, or when we're pretending to be someone other than ourselves. The word we might be familiar with when it comes to this idea is hypocrite or hypocrisy. And if you read the stories about Jesus, you will find that Jesus is no fan of hypocrisy. This is part 4 of a 6-part series called Getting to Know the Real Jesus. Our hope is that by uncovering who Jesus actually is, we can discover who we were made to be. In the passage you're going to read tonight, you're going to experience an encounter that Jesus has with a group of people called Pharisees, who are the super religious people who follow the Bible perfectly, at least as they understand the Bible. And there's so much to discuss in this story, but the main idea is that Jesus calls them hypocrites. He's saying that they're acting, they're posers, they're faking their way through life in order to make everyone think they're awesome. And it would be easy to read a story about how Jesus calls these other people hypocrites, calls them out for being fake, and point our finger at other people in our lives who are being fake. But reading the Gospels isn't just a window into the life of Jesus and the people he encounters. It's a mirror, forcing us to confront the things we know are true about ourselves, but are often too scared to voice out loud. This week's story in the Gospel of Luke should force us to examine the ways that we are hypocrites. So, what sort of act are you putting on? What are you faking in order to impress others or make them like you? In what ways does your heart not line up with your actions? How can you become the kind of person that is consistently the kind of person Jesus wants you to be? May we all become aware of our own hypocrisy so that we may be transformed more into people of love, joy, hope, and grace, blessing others with a Jesus-like presence.